Hey guys, what's up? This is Dan Wants Tech here. So, WWDC is done and dusted for another year, but unlike previous years, June 2014 seems to be marking a change for Apple as a company, and in terms of what's to come, there definitely looks like there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'll get into all that later on in the video, but first, let's take a quick look back at this week's events. If you guys joined in my live stream earlier in the week or even watched the event, you'll know WWDC has truly turned into a software focused show. No new hardware was announced on Monday. What we did get a glimpse into was the future of iOS and OS X, along with a host of new developer tools, including a brand new programming language called Swift, which Apple hopes will replace Objective-C over time. So first off, OS X Yosemite. Now I find when it comes to iOS, I can always think of new things Apple should add to it, but when it comes to OS X, I'm like, it's already brilliant, how do they make it any better? Well, they did. The most obvious new change is the biggest visual overhaul since the introduction of the OS over 10 years ago. A flatter, cleaner, translucent UI, completely stripped of gradients and textures, can be seen throughout, which has clearly been inspired by its mobile cousin, iOS. All these visual tweaks create a much more modern look to the desktop operating system. There's even a new dark mode, which I'm very excited about. Other new features include a much improved and, in my opinion, a now actually usable notification center in the style of iOS, with a Today view that you can now add widgets to, including ones from third-party apps from the Mac App Store. A brand new Spotlight, very like the popular Alfred launcher, which is a really nice change. It's much faster at launching apps, searching locally for documents, and even for online searches for Google or Wikipedia articles. Other new improvements include a complete visual overhaul to Safari with a unified control bar and a brand new tab view, loads of updates to the Mail app with image markup, better syncing and mail drop so you can send files up to 5 GB in size via email, and iCloud Drive, a very Dropbox-esque cloud storage system that lets you sync your files between OS X, iOS and even Windows. Now this year, iOS 8 didn't receive as big of an update as OS X did because it already got a huge visual overhaul last year, but iOS 8 definitely refines things into a more rock-solid, intuitive platform that finally brings it up to date with other mobile OSs right now. Taking a very obvious cue from Android, Apple now lets you respond directly to notifications that drop down from the top of your screen without having to switch apps. This will be useful for quickly replying to a message or even liking a Facebook post, all without leaving the app you're in. Messages is getting a huge update with quick audio and video messages, self-destructing messages and temporary location sharing. iCloud Drive is now fully integrated and a new health app is included that aggregates all your personal health and fitness data where you can monitor your metrics on a daily basis. Other new features include a brand new Photos app, a hands-free Siri and an equally powerful new Spotlight, just like on OS X. And finally, the two OSs are now very much together as one with improved continuity, as Apple says. So if you have an iPhone, a Mac and an iPad, you'll really feel the full benefit of the Apple ecosystem. Handoff is a new feature in OS X that lets you easily share work across your devices. AirDrop now finally works between iOS and OS X. Instant Hotspot turns your iPhone into a mobile hotspot right from your Mac without even having to touch your phone, and you can now send, receive and make phone calls and SMS messages right from your desktop even while your phone is somewhere else in the house. Now overall, one thing that was obvious during this event was Apple's mixture of fun and confidence on stage, not just from Craig Federighi but from Tim Cook as well, who since Steve Jobs' passing has always been pretty cautious and reserved on stage after taking on the CEO role and expected to fill the main man's shoes, but this is the first time I've seen a glimpse that Apple might be coming back into their own. The tone on stage was a lot looser and jovial than we've seen before, and with more than one wee joke at hand, it's nice to see the company finally starting to relax and not taking themselves as seriously as they have in the past. I finally got a real impression this week that Apple once again knows what they're doing, has a solid roadmap in place, and is ready to wow the world once again with some new products. That sense of confidence really showed through this time around. It's the first time in the post-Jobs era I've seen Apple with its own voice again. And that new voice seemed to invite developers into play, finally saying yes to what people want and breaking down those long-standing barriers. There's even a new programming language now. They're only short of saying like, come on in, we allow third-party keyboards now. The main thing is that Apple seem to be back to their old selves again. They're moving forward, that famous unpredictability is back, and that's got not just me but a lot of people excited for what's to come. So that's my wrap up of WWDC 2014 and a quick look at what might be in store for the future of Apple. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of Apple's announcements this week. Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Leave it all in the comments below. Subscribe right here. I make new videos every weekend, and follow me on Twitter @DanWantsTech, and all the rest of my links are below in the description. I'll see you guys again next week, but in the meantime, check out some of these new videos. There's a lot more of this coming your way. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of Apple's announcements in the comments. No, I keep saying that.